Live. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Let's take a big sip of that coffee. Let's get ready for this trading day. Let's bring on the man that's been on fire, the one and only Ryan Faloona. What's going on, man?
How's it going, Mitch? Happy Friday. How you doing today?
Hey, it's doing great. I know we're having some traders join us over from pre-market prep. If you came from pre-market prep, smash that like button. Let's get this party started. Let's go ahead. Is my man Spencer Israel ready in the back? Is he ready? The one, the only Spencer.
I'm here. Hello.
Spencer, you sound absolutely thrilled to be here right now.
I'm always thrilled to talk to you, Ryan.
Oh, well, that's really nice of you, Spencer.
I don't know why my video is really choppy right now. It might be just me, but I hope you guys can hear me okay.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get you off the dial up in the office, you know.
Appreciate that.
It actually looks okay on my end.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, it's just your computer, you know.
Okay.
You know how it goes.
All right. How are we doing so far this morning? I don't know if you all have any trades on. I don't at the moment. Be curious to see how you all are doing.
Honestly, this is one of those mornings where I haven't taken a look at my account just because I took a look at the overall market and I was like, yeah, maybe not look at the overall account this morning.
There are days when you want to look and you're like, I'm gonna go to the beach.
Yeah, maybe let me just not stare at it right now because it just puts pressure on, especially, I mean, I've lowered my risk in the last couple of days with the recent moves up, so I'm not stressing too much today. That's what you got to do sometimes. I think it's important. I used some of my cash in this recent fall to kind of get me in a better position. And with that being said, when I got into the green, I didn't try to just get greedy and say, hey, I'm just going to just keep all that extra position size that I put into the position, and I actually took that off and went back to more of a normal position for me. And so if it goes down, at least it's a normal loss versus a big loss.
Good point. Great point. Yeah. Ryan, how you doing out there?
I'm doing great, man. I mean, the reality is that steel is forged in fire. So we're going to be made better traders by living through these days. So I'm absolutely checking my account. I'm ready for whatever the market brings me today. Okay. And I'm going to try to find new positions in order to keep green on my screen. Wow. So, this is a job where not everything is going to go your way. And what's really going to make you a good trader is how you handle the situations that affect you adversely. And so I'm looking forward to today, frankly. I will say, looking around on some of the, like on my movers tool, I have 3 tickers here and I don't feel great about any of them. So I'm going to be looking for things off the scanner. I'm going to be looking for things off of Twitter. I will definitely watch these 3 charts here at the open. I'm not really in a rush. Mitch, to your point here, when things are coming down, I don't want to try to catch the falling knife, and I certainly don't want to be first to do that. So if we continue to sell off after the market opens, I'm going to be looking for relative strength in both big cap and small cap names.
Okay.
All right. If we do get a downward action day, I'm going to be looking at some utilities. I know they've been doing well. I know I got stopped out on Monday on Duke, but it actually performed well throughout the week. So I'm looking for another move up if we do get some downside action today.
I will be catching up on all of the earnings the earnings volatility that I haven't had a chance yet to look at this morning, because there was like 100 reports last night. I got the chance to look at like a dozen of them. So I will be catching up on names like Fortinet and names like T-Mobile and Gilead and I didn't look at P&G yet. Right, didn't look at Twilio yet, so I will be catching up on that as we head into the open here.
All right. I want to do a little chat shout out here. I want to say hi to a couple of people that I've been seeing consistently in our chat. So definitely shout out to Nate, Born Free, Dumb Investment, Joshua D, Matt. What's going on? Tiny in the house, Duncan, Dave, Matt Miller, Snap Crackle Pop, man. In the house, Lord Richard Judge. Look at we got some loyals in here. If you're new to the show, say hello.
Who has a better name, Dumb Investing or Blind Trader?
Ooh, I like the Blind Trader. I'm not gonna lie.
They're both good.
I like both of those too. Yeah, and what's going on, Richard? Nice to see you again. Born to be free. What's going on, my man? And then Chris Anthony Forsman. We're gonna call you CAF, right? CAF, Chris Anthony Forsman. I absolutely love your attitude, my man. Absolutely love it. Says good morning, folks. And I hate Fridays. I wish the market was open every day. That is somebody that just wants to trade. Trading is in their blood. So welcome, Chris. Hopefully you have a nice day for us. And I agree with you. I don't want to let go of Apple either. I did have one thing I wanted to address here. Duncan Dave says, please evaluate. Sell puts on pins and then use the premium to finance the purchase of a pins call just out of the money with a 60-day expiration. Ooh. All right. So real quick, let's talk about that real quick. You're talking about selling a put, which is a bullish bet as it is, and then using the proceeds of that sale to finance the purchase of a call, which is another bullish bet. So you're effectively levering into the bullish bet here to buy this dip. If you have a strong opinion of Pinterest, I think that is a way to get the most leverage out of your money. That is a pretty aggressive bull side bet. One of the things that I would say is with Pinterest here, although we very well may see a bounce, I like the strategy there. The reality is that this report showed how much better Snapchat is executing than Pinterest. So keep that in mind and make sure you don't let yourself get hurt if you do end up taking that trade.
All right, let's bring on a fourth member of the crew here, Zunaid, gracing us with his presence here this morning.
I ran late. That's on me.
That's okay. Well, I know you're all watching the draft probably, so maybe you weren't. I don't know.
Bow down.
Stop it. I'm excited, man. Hey, last time we were here on a Friday, we had some great trades on the option side. I'm excited. Should be a good one.
All right.
We should.
Here's another such scenario, Ryan. Matt Miller is asking thoughts on getting into a $30 call on Imperial Oil. I don't even know the ticker on that. Imperial Oil Limited. I got to look that one up. Imperial Oil. What is IMO is the ticker on that one. So thoughts on a $30 call on IMO. I have to look at the chart because I have no context for this. Here we go.
I'm pulling up all this stuff here.
$30.
Right, well, so first of all, I'm going to familiarize. What was the expiry on that?
Matt, what is the expiry and how expensive are these things? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm looking. Okay, so number one, I'm going to take a look at the September contract here. He said a $30 strike, right? So if we're looking at the $30 strike in September, we have 22 contracts in open interest, and we have a spread of 25 cents by $1.40. There's absolutely no way that I would take that trade without having any more type of information about my thesis on this particular name. Now, you could be talking about a different contract, perhaps the August 30 contract, which has 280 contracts in the open interest. Still, though, this is just a little too illiquid for my blood. I would advise looking for your alpha somewhere else. You might have something else in your trading plan or strategy that I didn't touch on here. I do see that there was a little pop late in the day yesterday and a pretty big volume bar. So I understand maybe why you're looking at this. Unsure if I would use options to trade this, however.
They did have earnings this morning. Let's wait, though. The conference call is not until 11 o'clock. So let's maybe wait until after the call, see what they say.
All right. He did get back to us. He said it was the November contract. So let me take a look at that just to make sure. Again, November, very similar to August, 178 contracts in the open interest, just not liquid enough for my blood. Doesn't mean it can't work.
Yeah. Good question, though.
Great question. Yeah. I love how we're getting questions on strategy, on how to actually take positions. That tells me that people are thinking about how they're going to trade these names. They're not just saying, oh my God, I want to get in. It's going to go up. You're thinking tactically about how you're actually going to make these trades. That's going to serve you going forward.
Zunaid, what are you watching this morning?
The biggest thing for me is going to be a little bit of a pullback on AMD. I plan on getting long at $100 is what I plan on going at.
Good luck. Good luck getting down there.
I mean, yeah, it might test that big level of 100. I mean, it took us what, 4 tries to get there, right? I had a beautiful trade on there. This a couple of days ago. So that's what I'm looking at. I want to say after lunch, I'll be looking at Amazon just because the contracts are going to be much cheaper and they'll be more volatile. I like to live life on the edge. So that's what I'll be looking at there. But AMD is my main focus there. And of course, we'll see if any China names make any moves. But Pins, perhaps. If pins can get over 60 and find a base, I might go long. But again, it's gotta do more things before it takes my money. So it's got to get over 60. It's got to build a little bit of support there, a little foundation, and then I will take it long with about a 50, 60 cent stop loss.
If you want to blindly buy the dip on pins, you could and stop yourself out at the pre-market low, which was 56 something, 57 something, 56, 66.
Yeah.
If you want to blindly do that, 56, 66 is a nice level. I mean, it's the low of the day so far.
That's a good call, and I'll say this. I'll go ahead and set
Yeah.
a trigger there, all right? Spencer, it's a
Yeah.
really good call out, because what I'll do is I'll set an alert right now, actually, so that if it does get there, that lets me know that, hey, my risk reward is pretty juicy, because it may bounce off. Even if it's for $1, it may bounce off, but that's a good call out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to be Spencer, I if I were going to take this trade long, we just got asked about that call position. My stop would absolutely be that pre-market low. I would want to keep my stops tight. I would not want to hold this position if we were to break those pre-market lows. So I think that's a really good spot. Real shout out to Rodrigo in the chat saying, "Love this, love you, man, love all your effort. Glad you're here to make some money with us."
By the way.
And then I got another question here from Tony. Irrational exuberance as a result of QE. That's pretty funny. Ryan, what are the percentages on the using strat system? I think you meant what are the percentages if you use the strat system? Unfortunately, there's really no way to answer that because every trader is going to be a little bit different. So just because you use a particular system doesn't mean you're necessarily going to fall into a particular winning percentage. Winning percentages and consistency is a product of handling your emotions and being very systematic when actually trading, as opposed to reacting irrationally to things that don't go your way. So no way for me to answer that. What the strat does do is give you very, very simple guidelines to understand if the choices that you're making are good ones versus bad ones.
Yeah, I'm going to be actually releasing a video today, guys. For you guys that are beginner traders, definitely check it out, guys. It's the 4 most common problems beginner traders face. A lot of it has to do with psychology, so check it out. That should be coming out today. I'm going to get it out at noon, so definitely check that out, guys. It'll be an upload on Benzinga. And these are just kind of Money Mitch's tips that I've gone through my experiences and kind of realized that, hey, a lot of traders suffer through these psychological mistakes, and let's kind of overcome those first, and then we can worry about our trading.
Good point. Good point. And then I'll mention again, I mentioned it on the last stream, and I'll mention it to both of you guys as well, is remember it is the end of the month today. That could make for some janky stuff, especially at the close in the last few minutes of the day. Also, as See the Light Trading just pointed out on Twitter, it is also a summer Friday, to be frank. So typically lower volume days. But
real quick, I did see a piece of news cross the wire here. I'm gonna watch this stock now. Ticker Maxer. We've actually talked about this before. Yep. Ticker MAXR. Carisdale Capital. Just now. We're long Maxar. Report available at their website. The link to that is actually in our newsfeed if you want to go check that out. After some frustrating delays, our checks indicate supply chain issues have been resolved, and Maxar's long-awaited Legion constellation remains on track for a Q4 launch. So Carisdale, they do a lot of short tweets.
Yes.
And it's always nice to see them go long. It's like when I see Citron go long. And remember the Citron went long on Jumia. That thing went from 18 to 50 or so. So I'm gonna watch this. I don't have a position. I'm not busting down the door to get in, but I definitely want to watch this. I want to see how the price action holds up throughout the course of the day. There's another real quick conversation going on in the chat here I want to address. We had a STBC asked, do you think Apple is getting pulled down because of Amazon? In short, yes. Absolutely. Yes, I do. Absolutely. Chris Forsman, again, saying the same thing. He agrees with that as well. I totally agree with that. I absolutely think that you're being pulled down by that. But I still think Amazon is a really good company. This might be a nice discount for you to go eventually, I think, Amazon to 5,000.
It's not just Apple. I don't know who asked the question, but if you were listening to pre-market prep this morning, this is how Dennis makes his bread and butter right here. Is these types of is identifying these relationships, right? So it's not just Apple; it's the cues. It's the whole market, right? Mm-hmm. The market is taking its cues this morning, pun intended, from Amazon. Okay, the whole market is trading lower. The SPY is lower. The cues are lower. Apple, Amazon, all lower. Right? Facebook lower. All of tech lower. That's because of Amazon. Doesn't mean that we have to stay lower, but that is why we are down this morning. Amazon is what, the 3rd largest company in the world. That is 100% the reason. And with regards to Max R, the one comment I'll make on that is typically speaking, when you get these firms like Kerrisdale that are known for short selling, their long calls will not move the stock as much as a short call will. People think about Kerrisdale and they think, short selling. Oh, they're short this or short that. Firms like Kerrisdale can go both ways, but their long calls typically don't have as much of an influence as their short calls do. For whatever, I don't know why that is. It's just for whatever reason. Like Kerrisdale is short, so they have been short. I don't know if they still are. If they're short space, they shorted Fubo last year. They shorted Plug Power, and they can move the stock when they disclose a short position. They're not as likely to move the stock on the long side, and you're seeing it this morning with MaxR, which is in the green 3%. So it's up relative to the rest of the market. It's up very nicely, but I don't know how much it can move. You can see that volume here that you can see right there, that big green candle. This is on a 1 minute chart. It already gave the gain back from when the headline hit the tape. So not a super influential thing yet. Anyway.
All right, so on the Qs, I'm going to be looking for a quick reversal here at the open. One of the things that I see commonly happen is in pre-market action, a lot of times you can get this downward action.
Wait, Mitch, can you share your screen?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that would help.
That would be a little helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, so the Qs have been fighting to get above this 367.50. We've kind of been ranging here between around 361 and 367 in the last couple, I guess, 2 days, you could say. So the big thing to me is just hold that 362 whole dollar. If we can just push right back up, I won't be mad. And I think, you could get a quick bounce here. A lot of times, sometimes we get these pre-market washout looks. What it does is it creates a psychology of a negative impact at the open. But sometimes that negative impact that we saw in pre-market has already been priced in, and now you get that reversal at the bell. So I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going to happen here, but I'm saying that is a common trend. Sometimes when you see that just downward action in pre-market, most traders start thinking, hey, I got to trade short. I got to trade short. Next thing you know, you can sometimes get those quick reactions at the bell where it essentially went to a 5 minute or 15 or an hourly support in pre-market and bounces right off of that into the open.
Real quick, I wanted to address a direct question here. Theater guy saying, Ryan, what did you say your ERYP buy number is? I'm in and out 5 times so far, expecting a dip at the open and bounce. Theater guy, I actually don't trade at all in the pre-market. Congrats on hitting that 5 times today. What I would like to do is I'd like to see it hold this 787 level, kind of like what you were saying. As soon as the market opens, I want to see this come in about 60 cents, hold 787, and then bounce. I think that might give us room to 892. That's just over $1. So that'd be a pretty sweet play if that actually materializes. Of course, we don't know that that's what's going to take place. We just kind of want to react to what we have here. If we blow through that 787, or if it looks like it's really weak and it's not going to hold, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative and kind of back off, given the muted futures here today. And I want to kind of get an idea of how the market's actually going to trade before I take a stab long at this. Still watching this. 787 would be my first level.
All right, like always, guys, do us the favor before we get to this bell, smash that like. Let's get this started. Let's get this up. We got over 500 people joining us right now. We want to get towards at least 600 live viewers today. Break the records. You guys can do us a favor. Hit that share button down below.
Good luck, everyone.
Here we go.
Spencer, just
Sorry.
talking to himself.
For whatever reason, Hood just spiked at the open, into the open.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was taking a look. I was trying to find news on that.
I don't know
If there is any.
Like I said, look for that reverse reaction right at the open. Then you could see hard pullbacks. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of these stocks here.
Guys, you can keep an eye on APT today. There's some more talk about COVID and the Delta variant, and if they talk more about lockdowns, which the administration is apparently still considering, you could have APT go bonkers. So that would be one to watch today as well. Just kind of watch the headlines on it.
And the lake, though, I can't imagine. I don't want to get into that, but I said this before. I can't imagine the demand for masks will be there the second time because everyone still has. So anyway,
remember the Lysol indicator. Lysol on the walls, We're still good, guys. We're still good.
Yeah. Well, I saw paper towels and TP on shelves. It's all good.
It's all good.
All good. Anything
Max R making quick, volatile moves there. Good call out, Ryan, at least to call us a stock that had some catalysts. Could make
Just saw that news hit the wire. That was it. Definitely going to watch this one.
That's why you got to have the pro, right?
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Word on Maxar, big time open interest in the November 45 contract, 6,356 contracts open at that strike. No volume today. So these have been bets that have been around for a little bit. So there's definitely some bullish bets in this name.
I took one lotto, just one lotto. It's going to be pins, $62.
Hey, my man.
Just one. I got to fill at 78 cents. And so just a lotto. It's okay if I lose it.
A lot of times now we're starting to come up towards resistance on the Qs. Let's see if the Qs reverse from here. So we just immediately spiked up. We're coming towards this support that could become resistance for it. Let's see if this gets above 365. We're in the clear.
Apple, nice little bounce off that 145 so far. It's going to test that VWAP. Oh, fighting that 145.
Teams with a nice push to 340.
Just going to go there.
Good job, Spence. You seize it.
And type.
So one of the things that I do, guys, with my movers tool that probably not everybody does is I sometimes, a lot of times, put it on over the last 15 minutes in the regular session because I just want to see the stocks that have moved really good in the last 15 minutes, especially when you're trying to find day trades. You know, you're probably not trying to look for something that's just up on the overall day because sometimes you can be tricked by that percentage and it could be just a stock that gapped up massively in pre-market and is now pulling back down.
Come on, pins. Make me look nice.
Watching Amazon here.
Nice push. Did you get one?
Ooh, Amazon continuing.
You need that stock split, man.
It's not. Dennis seems to think it's not going to happen. I am less certain of that. I thought it was doubtful this time around, but I can see it happening next time around. It was the first ever conference call that Andy Jassy was the CEO for, so I didn't necessarily expect it yesterday, but I could see a split happening next time around for sure.
Amazon down 8%. We talked about Apple bouncing off of that VWAP. It's fighting over there right now.
I can tell you
powerful
right now,
push right out of the open on Apple.
Yeah. Came back.
On the heat map, I'm only finding pharmaceuticals up right now.
Pharma.
AMD pushing.
Well, we had Gilead. We had Gilead earnings. Gilead is not though. Interesting.
Oh man, haven't had any real solid trades here thus far.
ERYP is your big mover, your crazy mover right now today. Is it halted? Let's see. They got a fast track designation for I don't know what that disease is. ERYP. Let's go to the news feed to see a little bit more. So fast track designation for something hypersensitive ALL. I don't know what that is. Shares are halted right now. So
that was one that we had on our list, but I didn't want to jump in that.
Yeah. Leukemia. Thank you.
Right. So we didn't actually get, let's take a look at that. We didn't actually get that trade down into support. It just kind of went right out of the open here. Now it's halted. So I just want to be careful with this. I'm not great at playing stocks that are a halt fest. I really want to buy this on a support as opposed to chasing it.
Oh, those halts. I've played a couple of those.
Looks like we had a decent amount. Nothing too crazy on GM. $58 calls coming in for next week. They're going for about $1.10. I got filled at $1.16. It's a risky trade. If you're gonna try to play commons, you can get in now. And you can have a stop loss set at 56.80. 56.80 would be your stop loss if you're going to get into General Motors right now. If you want to play options, it's next week's $58 calls.
What is Kramer talking about? Max R now? That's what they're saying. All right.
I'm telling you, I should have bought that stock at $10.
You always
Yeah,
got.
I remember you talking about that one, Mitch.
Yeah, me too.
It's a actual revenue making space stock. I mean, there's a reason why I went for that one over space every time.
Mitch, another one of your plays is not working out here this morning. Fubo. I don't know if you saw the news yesterday, but
No bueno.
Hulu Live is adding Red Zone, NFL Red Zone to their offering.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so it's not for basic Hulu. This is Hulu Live. This is
Right.
This is for the $65 a month thing.
Right.
I don't think that changes too much, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Well, Fubo was down 1% today.
Reason why is that Hulu service is more expensive than Fubo. So I mean, and then if you really wanted to go cheap, you'd go Sling, and they have Red Zone also. So I mean, there's different options to get Red Zone. I think if you heard something like NFL Ticket, now whoa, now that would be a game changer right there.
I can't wait. You guys talking about the NFL season? The hairs are starting to stand up on my arm. I can't wait.
Lucid Motors, guys, pushing on up today. Not a bad move.
Oh yeah, nice green candle off the open. Let's go to my scanner.
Nice green candle.
Oh, which one to my scanner? We got a lot of movers here. Okay,
fill us in, Spencer.
All right, team. I'm looking at 5-minute movers here. Team up 4% in the last 5 minutes. The Lending Club coming off of the big earnings report up 3% in the last 5 minutes. Oh, I'm seeing some continuing to bounce in Chinese names. TAL, DD, EDU. For Solar is moving off its report up 2% in the last 5 minutes here. We got some steel names moving. Cleveland Cliffs, X, AMD. Man, a lot of movers here. Alcoa. I don't know why I put AMD in that group.
I like this one.
Got a lot of movers here. Look at steel across the board. Cleveland Cliffs, X, and AA.
Boeing holding in there, flat but holding in.
And then I mentioned China as well. All these names: TAL, EDU, DD. I wish I didn't. I had a whole list of there's 10 Chinese education stocks. Most of them are small. I had a whole list, and I think I got rid of it. What else did I see here? Atlassian. Yeah, still going.
Spencer, you were right. I did not get a chance to get AMD.
Yeah. 100 is.
I decided would retest again the next day. I was wrong, but I mean it's not like I lost money on the trade. There's more opportunity cost, but still, you've got some snaps coming in, 75.5 for this week. It'd be like a lotto trade though. I already got one here with pins.
Yeah, I know you're actually already long pins, and that's working. I like Snap more as a trade, but I mean, if it's working, keep hitting it, Zunaid.
Yeah, I was trying to see a little bit more money coming in, but yeah, it is. It did get a nice little spike there. It's trying to go from red to green. Matter of fact, it just did by 8 cents, so hopefully it stays that way.
Buffalo by bicycle. Cleveland Cliffs is your largest position. All right.
Hey, Farmer Jim from CNBC loves CLF, so you might be in good hands.
I also, piece of news just hitting the wire here. Spencer with an awesome Casablanca reference on a tweet for Neil. That's spectacular, Spencer. Great job this morning.
I'm full of. Yesterday, I was talking about Robinhood, but nobody understood. Not nobody. The chat got it, but Aaron Breed did not understand what I was talking about.
What did you say?
I was saying someone needs to get Friar Tuck on the phone or call Little John or Maid Marian or someone because Robinhood's in trouble.
And of course, Bree didn't get it.
No.
Well, oh well.
I would say the market now for men in tights GIFs has never been hotter.
Yes. I was looking for peanut butter for a second.
Whatever, GIFs, whatever you want to call it.
Take Giphy.com public.
The market's never been hotter for men in tights GIFs. All right? So LC, right? Coming off that big report.
Maxer, sorry to interrupt, Spencer. Maxer definitely pushing the highs here. Those contracts we talked about, those November 45s, getting some action here. 20 contracts bought, price moving up about nearly 25% here. Sorry, go ahead with Lending Club. My bad, Spencer.
No, it's just it is it's still going. Is the gist of it.
Yeah, I mean, over yesterday's highs, Lending Club is interesting. That's kind of right where we're at right here.
Let's zoom way out on this. See, this is when I said earlier on pre-market prep. Like, oftentimes when I refer to like people underwater from years ago, I'm half joking because like how many people still own Lending Club from 2018? I'm sure maybe some people do, but maybe not many. Or like 2015. But anyone who does hold this thing or has held it for the last 3 years is getting their money back now. So, but I almost want to say it's blue sky territory because again, I don't really know how much supply there is up here from 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah, I still think we want to break those highs there. Real quickly, Matt Miller is asking thoughts on Sundial 50-cent call for January 2023. Matt, Sundial is an 80-cent stock. My follow-up to that would be, why are you buying calls on an 80-cent stock? Why don't you just buy the stock? Right. You don't have to deal with theta in that regard.
Yeah.
It's 84 cents. I know. I mean, I'm not bullish on Sundial as it is, but in this case, with the price this way, why would you go the call route instead of just buying the equity itself? That's what I don't understand.
All right, guys.
Not a criticism, by the way. Not a criticism. Trying to understand your trade plan.
Trying to put out an area here to watch industries. You can watch some retail today. I did see JWN, Macy's going up. Right now, I'm looking at Under Armour. That was on my watch for the week, and look at that nice push up now. We'll see if it gets to the $18 price point, and then we'll look for pullbacks closer towards $770 and $775.
All right. So far today, you've seen every major index bounce off the open, but if you look at your leader, it is the Russell. The IWM is your leader today, and your laggard is tech. You can thank Amazon for that. The Qs are still your laggard. The IWM is still your leader, at least for the moment. The Russell is the only index in the. I'm watching the futures, I should say. The Dow is flat, and the Russell is in the green for the day. So keeping an eye on that. We always think about the rotation: large caps versus small caps, tech versus small caps, growth versus value. Amazon is seemingly single-handedly determining that rotation today.
This is why I like knowing what the indexes do from the open, not from
the close.
Like just from the close, because from the close you can still see the Qs down, but essentially from the open we've been green, and so that's kind of something that I would recommend traders to focus on. Is not necessarily always how it closed, but also from the actual open. What have these indexes or sectors done?
What's going on here?
ARDX might be setting up here. I know this is a really low price. This is going to be another scalp here. ARDX setting up big wall at 185. The spot that I had marked off is 187. So I'm not in it. I'm not in a rush. I kind of want to see how it trades. Might be setting up for a trade here though. No position yet.
Yeah, a lot of retailers moving, guys. If you guys see those, they're up like 2 or 3% almost every single one that I've looked up.
Because I hate money, I went ahead and got another Pins Lotto at 45 cents.
Zunaid, are you having the shrimp or the beef flavored ramen tonight?
Probably. I might send a picture of ramen in our Slack group, depending on how Pins goes. Matter of fact, that's what I'll do. I'll send you guys a picture of either a cheeseburger or ramen.
Quentin Corner, thanks very much, man. We appreciate that. Thoughts on GE? Sure.
GE.
This is one that I went through a phase where I was like, I was the hero. I was going to buy the dip and I was going to call the bottom and everything. And I called the bottom in GE at 15 and it promptly went to 8 on me or 7. So lesson learned.
You just bought more, bro.
I should have. Well, no, I'd still be underwater. So never frown average down. No, I did not do that. So my thoughts on GE are this is a company in the midst of a long-term transformation, and it'll probably take several years for the stock to realize that. They have a new CEO. They're trying to spin off their unprofitable their businesses that are weighing them down. They're reorganizing the whole company. Maybe they can do it, but this is not a short-term story. This is a long-term turnaround story. So if you own GE, I don't know about for a trade. So for a trade, that's one thing. For a trade, you want to go long, okay, you stop yourself out at that low of 1182. You want to go short, you stop yourself out at that high of 1437. But for a longer term, position, it's wait and see. They're on their third CEO in the last few years, I think. So yeah, it's just wait and see mode for me.
If anyone took that GM trade, you are up a whopping 2%. Don't say I gave you a losing
Get
trade.
a whopper.
Get out. Get out if you want. GM's got to go red to green here. That'd be a nice little push. Bounced near VWAP. It didn't bounce exactly off of it, so that's helpful to see it's healthy. I was hoping for a direct bounce off of that 57, but that's okay.
All right, we're knocking on the door of a new all-time low in Hood, and I'm being a little over dramatic because it's 2 days of history, 1 day of history, but
all-time lows.
Why do you buy IPOs?
Some people like buying IPOs.
I posted a poll on Twitter yesterday on Benzinga's, and I said, "Hey, are you buying?" I got to get the results, but I think it was like a whopping 70% said, "Yeah, no, we're not buying the IPO."
Yeah, no.
So maybe our retail traders are a little smart.
I would be very curious. Again, I'm going to put it on my calendar 30 days from yesterday, because that's when the lockup expires for all those people who got allocations on the IPO.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens when that lockup hits or the expiration hits.
77.9%, by the way, said they were not buying Robinhood shares today.
And 100% of me would have never bought it.
I did. I got out though. I have screenshots to prove it, but I got out with a profit, I should say.
So
that was like coin.
So yeah. I think the lockup expires on August 28th is a Saturday. So I think it's the following Monday. So I think it's August 30th is when that Hood lockup expires. Let me write that down right now so I don't forget.
You're up 6% on that GM trade. I'm going to brag about it every 5%. Hey, Pins is back at 60. Okay, Pins. Hey, Ryan, I got to ask you this. Are you going to trade right now?
No, I'm not. What's up?
Take a look at Pins. 1 minute. Would you say that is a double bottom?
Let's try this. Pins. 1 minute. Let's zoom in.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, this is a near-term. I would call this a near-term. I mean, so this is what? 4 or 5 cent difference here. Yeah, I mean, it's trying to test that same level. The fact that it doesn't go exactly to the penny is insignificant to me. Mm-hmm. It's trying when it's pulling back in, it wants to see if it wants to go lower, and the buyers are saying, nope, not yet. So yeah, I mean that looks to hold until that's violated. That's going to hold.
Would you say
that sounds silly? It
looks like a W, like a higher wick in the middle W. I'm in the trade. Obviously, it's a lot, so I expect to lose all my money that's in the trade, but I was just curious. Short term, it's a 1 minute as well, right? So it's not anything that's.
I mean, here's the thing: when you get this back and forth action, you're coiling and compressing here, so it's possible that this thing actually just pops. Now, if it pops in your direction, that's going to be great for your trade, right? And if it doesn't, you're going to have to. If it pops in the opposite direction, you're going to have to manage that with your risk profile.
Yeah. No, for
sure. But I mean, these are also higher lows here on this 1 minute, right? That's
the hope I'm giving to myself, right? That's the bias I'm giving myself. Like, yeah, that's a higher low. Yeah,
but
for
you
sure.
know what? Hope for the best, plan for the worst, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Ryan, props. I can't believe it, but your APT call. I mean, I'm surprised, but APT is still going here. So props on that call.
Yeah, you know what? As far as a trade on APT here, 1150 seems to be the spot. Like if I back this out to the daily here, you can see this is where we hit before on July 27th, and we were at this level back in March, right? So 1150 is the spot. Definitely pushing here. Would like to, for a trade purposes, I'd like to see this volume increase. Look at the volume that we saw when 1150 was put in back on the 27th. This is what I want to see today here for a trade. So I am kind of watching this, given the headlines here, but I really needed to take out 1150 for a long.
So one of the things I would mention about your trades, Zunaid, is that gap fills have been working really well as of late. If you look at a lot of the recent gap fills, you'll see that they have been performing well. It's actually a strategy I recommend if you're a new trader and you're looking for strategies just to start taking a look at. Take a look at what gap fills are. They happen often. A lot of times when a stock gets pounded on the daily chart, it gets a big gap down, and that gap down ends up filling on the upside and then coming usually back down towards that level, but at least that fill back up a lot of times can make you some good money and a good risk to return.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's, I mean, hey, if I get a $6 gap fill, that'd be amazing.
That's literally the level that I was looking at for you, Zunaid.
Yeah.
I would say 66 is in reach.
Hey, look at that, pins. I'm just getting excited about every move.
Wait, I want to look at this one from Michael H. Dan, right? Ticker DAN. Dana.
Dan sounds like my friend, dude.
The conference call is going on right now. They had earnings this morning. Michael, I'd be curious, since you brought this up, I'd be curious to get your thoughts. How does the fact that the U.S. Auto market is basically in contango right now, how does that affect an auto parts supplier like Dana? Because it basically nobody wants to buy used cars. Everybody wants to. New cars are cheaper. How does that impact a company that is basically an auto parts supplier? I'd be curious to get your thoughts on that. But the chart looks interesting. You know, you've got you got a double bottom right there at the what level is that? 21. We'll call it 21 and change. And you got a bit of a triple top here. Call that 24 and a half. Call it 24 and a half.
Peloton on fire. Not a bad move on the hour. On fire, but not a bad move for sure.
ARDX from my list this morning, starting to get some action here. Took out 85, 530,000 shares there at 85. They took that block out. They took out 87 here. We're kind of on 87. Big bid at 86. I'm not in this. I actually couldn't get the fill on the 85 snap, unfortunately, but I am kind of waiting. I'd like this to come back into 85 just so I can judge what the buying interest is there. Big block here at 88 they're trying to take down. Well done on the soundboard. That's how my trading morning feels to say. That's an accurate sound clip.
All right, guys. Well, I'll give my swing trade for the weekend here. Still in discovery and hanging on tight. As long as it can hold 30, we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now we're getting back to recovering in the 30s today. Went down towards 29.80s. I'm in this one at 29.45. I got in this one yesterday during the stream. So let's go ahead and see if this one can get above 30s and start trending on its way up.
Is that the credit card or is that another company?
ARDX, there we go.
No, that's Discovery Plus. The Discovery is the cable, the broadcaster.
I see.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't like that credit card company.
I do. Their credit cards are great. I get an amazing reward.
The only reason I ask is because I have a MasterCard calls that came in yesterday. I posted it as well. That's what I own. So I'm just curious what you're looking at. Yep. GM, 10%. Don't say I never made you money.
Yeah, what do you think? That's just Ford sympathy?
What's up?
Do you think that was just Ford sympathy for them doing well, or?
I mean, they had earnings, I think, last week, no? Or is it this week? They had earnings already, I'm pretty sure. Then so I love those after earnings, let's put some money in their type plays.
All right, let's catch up what we got in the chat there.
Yeah, there's a new one that I don't know. It's because it's a recent IPO. Ticker YOU. Not U as in Unity, but YOU. Clear Secure. This is a travel play. This is a like airport security.
Oh, they like the ghetto TSA? Is that what it is?
You could say that, I guess.
Maybe this is. It's.
I mean, I've seen Clear. I think it's Clear, right? When you fly.
Yeah. It's like an IT, a software play for airport security. I don't know if I would call it ghetto TSA, but
Yeah.
I don't know how much they would appreciate that. So this is the newer one. I've never looked at this before. So I'm seeing it for the first time right now.
Quentin, I appreciate the support. Quentin, here's what I need from you. If you go ahead and profit from this trade, or if you actually lose money, whatever happens from this GM trade that you're in, tag us on Twitter, tag Benzinga, tag myself, tag Spencer, tag Mitch, tag Ryan,
Yes.
tag us all. Let us know.
Win or lose.
Yeah, win or lose. We want to hear from you.
Wait, Kumbai is Cam. I don't know how to say the name. Sorry, is correcting you, Zunaid. It's the military uses Clear Secure. So it's
I appreciate the heads up. So it's not
ghetto.
It's more okay.
Anyway, with regards to the Utah Hill Pass, the vast majority of IPOs do trade below their IPO price within the first year. The fact that you've already had this nice bounce. So what was the IPO price? Let's go to a news feed here, and let's just see if we can. What was the IPO price in you? IPO price was 31, opened at 38. Okay, that's important context because this is a very new stock. 31 opened at 38. So this is well above that IPO price. This has been a very good performer. There's nothing in here that jumps out as a red flag. This is a strong. This is why people buy IPOs, right? This is it. Charts like this are why people buy IPOs.
Shout out to Chris, by the way. We'll talk about that chart real quick. Don't go anywhere from it. Clear Secure is used by 38 airports and 25 sports and entertainment partners. The company has more than 61 million users.
Okay, so it's used by the DoD and it's ghetto TSA. Got it.
Hey Spencer,
yeah.
Where did? Oh no, I didn't. I might have been myself like a fool. It did below $40, didn't it?
We have a double bottom at 38.50.
Okay,
so just barely.
Okay. Is that a triple bottom there? Little wicks? I don't know.
Well, yeah. So you get look. That's so interesting, right? Because you've got support at the IPO price, which you don't see that super often.
You don't.
Typically, you see resistance, but now here you have support.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could try to ride this thing higher. I mean, $38 is a long ways away. You're talking about risking $9. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But this chart looks good to me.
Tesla popping to highs. Real quick, I want to talk just real quick on APT since we talked about that. Spencer, if you want to put up my screen real fast. Okay. This is why I told you I wanted to wait. They pulled APT. It was grinding slowly up towards that 1150, and then they pulled this. Look at the size of that red volume stick and the price. They pulled this all the way down to 1069 low print on this stick. This 1070, excuse me. This is why we wait, right? I want to try to make the risk reward in my favor. We're running up to a point, but until we crack that, we run the risk of having these rug pulls from us, and that can cause you to stop out and actually lose money. So just a real quick lesson here on APT. This is literally the reason I'm waiting. Here we go. Here we go, though. We might have a trade on now.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
There it goes, guys. I'm telling you, 1150 is the spot. You saw it live. Literally saw it live.
No, we need to clip that, Ryan. A1, sir. A1, Ryan.
Way to go.
Wow. What a call out, baby.
Wow. That was very impressive.
That was impressive. I can't believe your $5 million moved that quick.
Clearly. Clear as day. Wow.
Ryan went ahead and used his $5 million account to move it as
$5 million account. Oh my goodness!
He wants to Benzinga for fun. It's not for the money.
A little weak there.
Iron Faloona here. Iron Faloona.
Iron.
You know what? It's not just. Hey. You know what though? It's not just APT. Look at AHPI. Allied Health. It's the same thing. Mask play. Okay.
So Ryan, let me ask you this, right? That trade, I feel like it happened so quick. Are you setting then for the viewers and I guess for me as well? I'm sorry?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, cut me off if something important happens. For that trade, are you setting a stop limit on quote type trade at say 1055? Where are you entering? How are you entering? What's your
all right?
How are you doing?
That's a great question. That's a great question. And this I discovered by trial and error. I used to try to do this with limits, right? I used to try to get my lines all perfect and then put limit orders in there and have the system do it for me. That didn't work very well for me. What I do is I use Thinkorswim, right? So if you hold control and you click on the active trader tree, it initiates a limit order right away. And so one of the ways that I'm trying to get filled here is I'm looking for these spots where they've got these walls of sellers, right? And 1150 was that spot on APT. This lined up with the high from several days ago.
Right.
So there's going to be a big supply there. And as soon as we run up into that supply, I want to buy directly at that number. I always use a limit order for that purchase because my entry has to be very specific.
Yeah.
Some of these plays I'm only playing for 10, 15 cents. So if I'm off by a penny, that's going to start chipping into my profits. I either take the trade at the spot that I took it, or if I miss my fill, I miss my fill and I wait for the next one. As far as the exit goes, because these are moving so fast, a lot of the times I'll use market orders and I'll actually sell into the buying volume as we approach that resistance. I have a button in my broker that says flatten now, and you click that and it dumps everything that you have. The one thing that I will say is trade like this, you might be, depending on what your risk profile is, you might only be in this for 500 to 1,500 shares. So when you're talking about dumping all at market, you should have no trouble getting those shares soaked up, especially when you saw a pop like we just saw there.
Yeah.
There was tons of buying interest in there.
Yeah, I agree. That was awesome, man. That was beautiful to see. Great call out. Happened too quick for me, but wow, what a call out there.
And you're not alone, Zunaid. That happened there. These trades happen too quick for me sometimes too. That's just how it goes. And the key there is that you can't be disappointed on missing them. There was earlier this week we had SGOC, right? Remember that one? SGOC, that thing ripped. I was too slow for it. I tried to do the exact same thing. I was too slow for it. Here it is. This was yesterday. This was yesterday right out of the open. Sometimes that happens. If you miss it, do not chase it. That's how you're going to compound your problems, especially on these plays that we're talking about. We're talking about if I miss my buy on Maxar by 10 cents, big deal. I'm swinging that. I've got a different share structure. I've got an entirely different trade plan. But when we're trading these, where we're only looking for a couple of cents to scalp, it's very, very important that you don't chase those. Very, very important. If you miss it,
Good call.
just deal with it, man. There's going to be more opportunities. I promise you.
No, that's a good call out for sure.
Can I take a second to just list off a few tickers they're all moving? This is in the APT realm, okay? But we got more, okay? So basically every mask play is moving here. So APT, we just talked about that, right? AHPI, okay? I mentioned that. Lake, LAKE, okay? CODX. These are all moving this morning. These are all COVID mask / respirator plays.
Why?
Okay, so they're all moving here. I don't know why. I don't really care why, honestly.
It's an overall sector move,
Right, and that's what I'm trying to give you as many. Oh, and there's one more. It's a lower NBY, Nancy Bravo Yankee. Okay, these are all these are all the same. One goes, they all go. Okay.
On Monday, I kind of gave out a watch for these biotechs and different technology stocks in healthcare, because one of the things that you got was on Monday, you got that IGC, right? That popped up. Remember IGC, guys, that went up and just went right back down? That started the momentum in the industry. And then you started seeing different names in that start popping. So this can give you signs a lot of the times when you get some kind of big, massive mover in an industry. Start looking for laggard effects. Which stocks could eventually pop? I don't look at that one stock that already went 80% because it already went 80%. You got to look at the other industry stocks, and you could potentially find a laggard move.
So again, just to repeat that list, and I'll share my screen. Right, Lake, LAKE, APT, which we talked about. Okay, AHPI. All right.
Ooh, look at that move.
All right, and then the lower price one was N. Oh my gosh, what was it? It was come on, Spencer. And NBY. I got to write this stuff down because I don't remember it. NBY.
Real quick, Mike Wisdom saying, listen to Ryan and don't chase. Took me years not to chase, and I still chase. LOL. Mike, you're not alone, my man. I tell people every day not to chase, and there are some plays where I feel so good that I literally have to tell myself out loud, nobody else in my room, I have to say, Ryan, do not chase this. And I'm like trying to click the buy. I'm like, stop. I'm like slapping my own hand almost. It's a battle. It's what we do as traders. It's totally natural. It's something that you're going to deal with your entire career. The sooner you get a hold of that, the more profitable you're going to be.
One thing that I state in my video that you guys could check out later today is the addiction to random results. This is one of the worst things that you can have as a trader, and that's being addicted to getting these random results. Everyone wants to be a hero, man. Everyone wants to have 100% winner. At the end of the day, if you focus on your system, you won't get lost in the sauce. So
I like it. Every friend group has that one degenerate that your parents tell you not to follow, not to listen to. I will go ahead and be that friend here and say, if you hate money and if you want to YOLO something like a Tesla, which is a high risk, high reward trade, you could possibly look at a $700 call, which is $1.50. Now that thing is going to move super fast and super quick. But if you hate money, then why not? I'm in that trade. I was up 50%. When Mitch started talking. By the time I started talking, I'm down to break even. So again, very risky trade.
Michael says here, Ryan, and you post the link to your room. Brother, you're in the room. This is my
You're in it, bro. You made it.
You're in it, bro.
Celebrate.
Ryan, we need that Discord link, baby.
We do have a Benzinga Discord.
We do have it.
We do have a Benzinga Discord, but honestly, you guys are in the right spot already.
Yeah, Quentin, I would say either Benzinga Pro chat, if maybe you can hit us up on Twitter on the weekend, but
13 showing some love. 13 showing some love. Absolutely. Check out the happy hour Monday through Thursday. That's almost more of like a educational instructional session because the market is not closed, or excuse me, because the market is not open. We're actually discussing setups and going into in depth. 13 here is a whiz with the charts too.
I will say real quick, I know we've talked about it in jokes and stuff, but Quentin, I know you're in that GM trade. You're up about 20%. I don't know what your account size is. If your account size is where something you're building, I would go ahead and take that nice 20% gain and look for another one, right? Let's get those singles in like we talked about. We don't need 100% or anything like that, especially because it expires next week. So it's going to move pretty quick. Maybe not as quick as a weekly, of course, but it is going to move pretty quick. So depending on your account size, this goes for any trade, not just GM. If you're up 20%, 30%, take those singles. Keep getting there.
Tom, I think we all talk to ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Tom's like, I just said that 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
I can't believe you just said you talk out loud to yourself and say, don't chase it. I literally just did it 10 minutes ago, and I do it every day. I'm telling you, man, you are not alone. As traders, we all battle wanting to chase alpha. We all battle it. You see those huge green candles, you're not in it. You want to be in it.
FOMO.
It's what it is.
I think the biggest one. Oh, sorry. I think the biggest one that affects a lot of traders is not only FOMO, fear of missing out, but really missing a trade that you align up. Like you tell yourself, hey, these are the levels I'm looking at. This is the buy zone. This is the risk zone. And then you freeze when the moment happens. This is the one thing I think gets traders the most. And that's when you start making bad decisions because you start getting out of your system and you saying, oh, but I waited a second. Let me just grab it now. And that's the one way that you can start getting off of your rules. Once you start getting off of your rules, you lose all mathematical advantage.
I think the times, all the times where I felt the worst about myself have been when I had a plan and then ignored it. Right. When I made a plan and then in the moment I was like, well, wait. Let me just wait a little bit. Let me just try this. And it works out one time out of 100. Right. And the 99 times you're like kicking yourself. You're like, I said I knew it. I knew.
And break that down, Spence. Break that down, right? If you have a trade plan, you're probably thinking about that plan. You're absorbing data inputs. You're coming up with something that's tactical. You're being rational about it, and you're doing it with a calm, cool head. In the moment, When the candle's going bonkers and you start changing your plan, now you're reacting to your emotions as opposed to reacting to your well thought out plan that you gave time and effort to. And that's why you start seeing some of those mistakes. And again, this is natural. Pretending that this doesn't happen doesn't actually help anyone. Trying to help one another get through that so that you can remain consistent, that's where the actual help lies.
Spencer, should we be radical on Fridays?
Radical
Always.
Friday, sure.
Okay.
It's Friday.
Listen, we've got about 160 likes. All right. We've got about 577 people that are watching. If we can get to 300 likes in the next 2 minutes, I will YOLO a Tesla 700 call. I will post it on my Twitter. All right. And at the end of the day, we'll post the results. You can laugh at me, make fun of me, whatever. But get us to 300 likes, and I will literally YOLO a $700 call.
That expires today.
That expires in about 6 hours.
Okay.
And I will post it on Twitter.
Oh man, this guy really.
Hand to God.
This guy really hates his money.
Hand to God. So and Mitch, I'm gonna need you to let me know as soon as it gets to 300, I will literally post it.
I want to see this. Hit that like.
You know what? I think we're gonna get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. Here it is. I just did it. I just bought it. Here's my confirmation.
You see what happened there? He had the plane trade already. He was like, I ain't waiting.
I got it.
Yeah.
Well, I see it going up. So I'm like, let me get a better price.
I was gonna say, I'm watching this and I'm like, man, Zunaid, you better buy this before it actually hits 700.
Done.
Then you're gonna be in
Here,
trouble.
look, I already bought it.
Let's go. We're at 245. Let's go. Get break resistance 300. Let's do it.
I should just post it from Benzinga's official one, but no, we'll go to mine.
No, you shouldn't have.
I'll go to mine.
If you guys are watching and you're hiding this under your table because your boss can see, I need you to go to the restroom right quick and then smash that like. You got to take a bathroom break. Hit that like for us. Come on. I know you guys are out there with your little hidden
Joseph
schemes.
W. saying he
Done.
chased.
Done. He said he chased.
Joseph, that's awesome. I love it, man.
After all that.
After all of
Hey,
that.
hey, I went ahead and posted my trade. I need 30 more likes, people.
Yeah,
30
no,
more likes.
I'm not making fun of you,
scam me.
Zunaid. I think that's baller.
Don't scam me. And by the way, listen, for those of you who don't believe me, there is the link in the chat.
Look, it's on the screen.
Boom.
There we go.
Boom, boom, baby.
Done.
There it
Done.
is.
Done. 20 more likes. Let's go. Come on.
Come on. Get me there. And I'm either gonna let it go to 0, which by the way, it's down. It's down to $60 already.
That's how Tesla options work, by the way.
Oh,
know what you're trading, right? That's how Tesla options can work.
This is great. This is gonna be epic.
You
I know.
mean-
I tried to tell Jason he should do because he can afford these type of YOLOs. I was like, Jason, you should just have a CEO YOLO Fridays where you just YOLO $500 into whatever the chat feels you should do, and then just do it. That'll be a segment. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what happened is he was doing that a little bit, and then after like a month, he was like, "Oh, wait a minute." So he was like, I got a lot of shit here. I gotta clear out right now.
He bought some biotechs and was like, whoa.
Oh no, I'm talking about Friday lottos, like movers and things like that. By the way, maybe I should have YOLO'd some GM stuff because now that's up 25%. And my Tesla is now down 25. But anyway, I will post the results at 359. I will say this though, if that call option gets to, let's say $10, all right, let's say $10, I will sell it. I won't be greedy.
300.
If it gets there, I will sell it.
We got there, baby. We got
Appreciate you guys, chat. We'll do this. I know we plan on being on
there,
Fridays,
man.
so that's what we'll do.
So I want to ask a question. I want to learn a little bit about options here. So I'm not really an options trader. I've messed around with them. I've even taken a class on derivatives of options and still don't mess with them just because I figured out I can't price them, so I'm not trading them. That's what I figured out early on. But I would love to hear what you guys think about maybe a put option in FLGC.
So Mitch, I'm with you with regards to the options, but here's the one thing that I know to be true, and I know this for sure because I've had it's been preached to me for 5 years now, is whatever the stat is, I think it's 80% of options expire worthless. What does that mean? Right. Most people who make money on options, they make money by selling. They don't make money by buying. But sell a call or sell a put. Don't buy a call or buy a put. Sell a call, sell a put. To find, you have a limited reward, right? You're not going to get, crazy home run, but that's how most options. That's how most options traders make money. That's how they survive, is by selling. Frankly, so I know this to be true. That's all I'll say about that. What was the ticker again? FL what?
FLGC, the Flora Group Corp that has rocketed off with cannabis. This is a cannabis play that rocketed off right before, really, the big move that you saw in TLRY. So that's why I'm looking at it. I would look for maybe like a $5 strike price. But I would love to see what you guys think about those options, see if there's any of them that are priced good or something like that. Because one of the things that I find a lot of the times when I go to make these kind of trades is I go and I look at the premium and how much the options really costing me. And I realize, man, it's already priced in. And so, what are you guys thinking?
First of all, FLGC, right? That's the ticker. That does not have options.
Oh, there you go. I got my answer.
But so hold on. But Maxer does, right? So let's say let's use your exact same example, except on Maxer. One of the reasons that I like puts is because I'm able to play an instrument to the downside without exposing myself to unlimited risk. That is a huge part of my trading strategy, is not exposing myself to unlimited risk. It's why I don't like shorting stock. So by buying puts, I'm defining my risk ahead of time. So Mitch, let's first start with that. If I think a stock is going to go down, puts are the way that I would prefer to play that to the downside. So I would agree. I would try to capture that movement with puts. Now, as far as FLGC, I know we don't have options here, but let's talk about some downside pressure here. It's popped. I don't necessarily have an edge on this particular company, but I would watch this in accordance with some of the other cannabis companies like Tilray. So, for example, I think that FLGC might have popped in sympathy with Tilray. If Tilray comes back in, you could make the case that FLGC would do the exact same thing. One more thing to note on some of these stocks, especially these stocks that are sub $10. If you're shorting the equity, remember that your max profit is whatever the price is. So if you're shorting a $3 stock, your max profit is $3. That stock literally has to go to zero for you to make max profit. Meanwhile, on the other side of your trade, you have unlimited risk. You short a stock like Apple at 150, your max profit is going to be 150 points. Now, nobody thinks Apple's going to zero, of course, but try to keep that in mind when you're picking out how you're going to actually trade these. I know that there's a lot of successful traders out there that are shorting small cap stocks in size, even scalping it and making some really nice returns. If you're adept at doing that, more power to you. I've been let's just say I've been caught with my pants down more often than I want to admit, trying to play stuff like that. So I just try to go where my success rate is the highest, and shorting small caps is not it.
So if I were to attack this, not with options, I would be probably shorting right off of that VWAP and just holding towards a 725 stop out. Reason why, we've had multiple attempts to break through the 740s and rejected. I always listen to my rule of three, right? So 3 attempts to break that resistance, coming back down, and now it needs to just reject VWAP here, not get above it. So I hold slightly just above this, really tight. And if it comes back above, I get out immediately. But I know a stock that has been booming and booming, if it starts breaking down, it can break down big. And so that's why I attack stocks like this.
And Mitch, when you do this, right, you're watching the stock like a hawk, right? You're not walking off to the bathroom or going to get a bagel.
Watching that
or
level
anything
2
like that. Yeah.
Also, it's important too in a trade like this. You want to see the order flow, and you want to see that they're stacking up the ask above you. So what are you looking for? You're looking for a big order showing up, let's say at 725 on the ask. And then that's what I want to see, because I want to see essentially traders putting in trades that they don't even expect probably getting filled, but they're putting pressure, downside pressure on the stock to knock it through the support. Once it gets through the support, you want to see the volume increase, not decrease. That's another thing that I look for, as I look for that increase, knocking on the bid, and then you could knock it down.
Broken, right? Sorry, go ahead, Zunaid.
Do any of you guys use E-Trade?
No.
Oh, I was
Jason,
trying to get the refund customer care line because this Tesla trade is awful. Oh man!
Zunaid,
will say this,
I appreciate that you took one for the team. So the next time that I see you in the office, I got lunch for you. I got lunch for you.
Tell them there's a fat finger and ask me if they can bust it for you. We talk all the time about 10 o'clock reversals, and well, wouldn't you know it? Look at the SPY.
Oof.
Wait, what time did these candles change over? 10 o'clock.
It never happens, bro. It never happens.
Wouldn't you know it? Oh, look at the IWM. Oh, look at the Qs. Wouldn't you know it?
This has to do a lot with just psychological.
Yeah.
It's just a psychological thing, guys. I mean, most retail traders, day traders are out at that first 30 minutes, right, into the open, right? And so that 10 o'clock switches, the volume starts coming back down, and some traders head out.
Yeah. I mean,
and this is when usually institutionals and hedge funds start coming in. I know that certain traders on certain banks are not even allowed to put in a trade the first 15 minutes of the market.
What?
They're just not even allowed.
I've never heard that before.
Interesting.
Reason why is the volatility there. There's no need for let's say a hedge fund to be jumping in on the first 5 minutes of the market.
Oh man.
Keeping an eye on my scanner tool. You know what's interesting today is these Chinese EV names.
Yeah, look at XPEV.
I know Lee, XPV, and Neo. All three of them. You have them up, Ryan?
Yeah. I have XPEV. Yeah. It's popping to highs as we speak right here on volume too.
Yeah.
So what did you say was rising the entire group?
All three. Yeah, the whole group is.
Man. Yeah, I'm not in any of these. This is something that and this is kind of what we were talking about earlier. I'm okay missing this. I'm going to wait for it for a different setup. But boy, oh boy, this is a nice looking chart right out of the open.
Was that XPing?
Yeah, XPEV.
Yeah, I've made good money on that one, man. I sold it too early. I had it at 28.
I saw a headline. I think Tesla raised their prices in China for the Model 3.
I think you're correct on that.
Yeah.
Works at 245 right here.
If you do, Spencer, real quick.
Yeah.
I promise this time it's not a joke. Pull up Tesla for me. I want to show something to people that we always talk about.
Tesla bouncing, by the way.
Yeah, and I want to show the viewers exactly where it bounced.
Okay, what chart you want me to get?
The minute's fine.
Oh, okay.
Tesla.
All right, now what?
Sorry, I'm looking at the YouTube and not even our StreamYard. Anyway, so I'm like a little delayed.
A little lagged.
7 seconds delay.
Oh, sorry. Can you put the VWAP? Look at exactly where it bounced. And I only say this because I did grab another lotto, that same exact one. I grabbed it right at VWAP, and my game plan was going to be, look, if it breaks. So our VWAPs are different. I don't know if our divergence or
calculation maybe a little bit off.
Yeah, but for my in my E-Trade, it bounced perfectly off of that VWAP. Now again, is it just a bounce, or is it actually going to be something that kind of holds and then we kind of go push towards that 690 and 700 eventually? I don't know, but I just wanted to show the power of VWAP, especially if you're day trading. Looking at the 1 minute, the 3, the 5, the 10, very helpful. AMD did a similar thing, right? So got into that trade off of the VWAP. But if it breaks VWAP by about 40 cents, depending on the price of the stock, sometimes might need $1 to move, I'm out. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Mitch, I don't know if you have videos on VWAP just yet. If you do, definitely check out Money Mitch's stuff there. Very powerful tool. It's one of the only things I really use on my E-Trade chart is the VWAP and the volume. That's all.
Hey, Zunaid, that gives me a really good idea. Why don't you and I do a instructional tutorial on using the VWAP? We can record it, throw it up on the Benzinga Pro help site. It'll be available for free for anyone that wants to check that out. They can do it in off time, so we're not fighting with an open market at the same time. Why don't we do that for our users?
I'm in. Let's do it. Absolutely.
All right.
Hey, Ryan, let me know. I have plenty of trades recorded live that I've traded off the VWAP.
Oh, perfect.
So. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
We can do. Let's the three of us do that.
If you have it live, that'd be even better because it's always easy to kind of be like, oh, look where it bounced, right? But Mitch, if you have it live, that would be great stuff.
Yeah.
I've done those trades plenty of times. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I went away from them because it got to a point where I tried to add another variable into my trade and not only take technical trades. But that when I was only technical, that was literally my bread and butter, the VWAP.
Let me see something real quick. Is it okay if I share my screen? I usually don't, but I think I have things covered.
Go for it, bro. We want to see
let
it.
me see.
Anchored VWAP is also
screen. I have so many screens. I don't know which one it would do.
Anchored VWAP is also good. You know who uses the VWAP a lot and volume profiles, guys, is Jake Wojastic. If you watch him on Monday at 5 on our channel, that's the core of his charting. So
and let me tell you, Jake is awesome. Jake is an awesome trader. He is an awesome chartist. Definitely check that out.
I'm trying to see.
I'll tell you what.
There's so many screens. I don't know which one it would.
How many screens do you have, Zunaid?
3. Sorry, I don't know why it took me so long to count, but I have 3.
Ryan, how many screens?
Go ahead and share this one.
How many screens do you have, Ryan?
4. What do you guys see? You guys see my E-Trade?
No, I don't. I see yours.
I see screen.
Oh, there we go. Whoa.
Oh, you did. Okay, so here's my E-Trade.
Make sure you got no sensitive accounts.
Yeah, I mean, it's got my last 4. It's fine, whatever.
Okay.
So real quick, I just wanted to point out, right? So the reason I wanted to pull it up, look at Tesla here.
Wait, I got to zoom way in on this. Whoa. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Tesla bounced off the VWAP right here.
Bottom. We're on the bottom towards the left. I got it.
Second box. Yeah. Here. You know what? Matter of fact, I want to make life easy. Here.
It's helpful. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's got to load up. Now I don't know if it's being weird. This is why I don't share screens. It gets weird. Anyway. Let's try one more time.
Tesla. We're with you though.
Okay. Cool. Anyway, bounced off of it. Right. Bounced off of VWAP right there. So. Had support there, and what's cool for me is look, it's 680. It's that round number. It's helpful. You can see it had a little bit of resistance here, so I know there's gonna be a little bit. So for me, I'm getting in the YOLO here and saying, look, I'm getting out the trade. If it hits somewhere here, I'm out. And look, so far it's bounced, it's held, it's doing okay. So there's that. Let's go ahead and take a look at here. Let me go ahead and minimize this. Go ahead and take a look at Facebook. Right, same thing. Kind of tested VWAP, broke below, which is why you want to give it a bit of wiggle room, and then it kind of rose right back up, right? So that's another example of it. Let's go ahead and take out one last one, which is going to be AMD. And this is, again, near that VWAP. I have a trade where I got in here and I said, hey, look, if it breaks it around 103.60, I know I'm wrong and I'm out. Because you'll get those wicks like you did with Facebook, but typically it'll always come back maybe within a candle or the same candle, and you ride it right back up. So that's where Ryan, talks about it, and we all do. You got to look at that risk reward. So for me, the risk is a few, maybe 50 cents below VWAP, again, depending on how much the actual stock itself costs. But the gains, you can get a nice little bounce, whether it's a dead cat bounce, an actual rally bounce, or whatever it may be. And just to give you an example, I bought that option that second time on that Tesla YOLO near that VWAP. It was about maybe 70 cents. And now those contracts are going for about $1.12. So power of VWAP, just wanted to make sure I shared that as much as I possibly could.
Good call. And I want to answer this question from CY Kwan. No such thing as a dumb question. What is VWAP? Volume weighted average price. It is the average price at which a given asset, stock, security, whatever, something has traded throughout the day. And it works very simply because it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if you're a big institutional trader, investor, moving millions of dollars on any given day, on any given trade, okay? You can't just buy all your shares at once or sell all your shares at once. You'll move the market. It'll mess you up. You will not get your best price. So what do? You trade off the VWAP. This is how the big money scales in and scales out, right? They trade off the VWAP. And because they do that, it then is almost like I said, a self-fulfilling prophecy where it makes the VWAP an effective tool for everybody else because the big fish are using it. So that's why setups like that work, like Zunaid just said, the balance, because that's how the big fish, that's what they use as their indicators. Like they know, okay, I'm going to buy Tesla today. I cannot buy Tesla. I cannot buy all my Tesla at 9:30. I'll move the market. I don't want to move the market, right?
Yeah.
I want to disguise what I'm doing. So I'll scale in throughout the day. I'll scale in using the VWAP, and it's a tool that everybody else can use. It's available in Benzinga Pro on all of your major charting.
We've got. I know we're about to go, but I'll just answer this in 30 seconds. Jimmy says it works as resistance as well. Yes, it does. Perfect example. The question below, is Zen a good VWAP buy right now? Well, take a look at Zen if anyone wants on their own personal
Zendesk
brokerage. Yeah, Zendesk. And you'll see it rejected right off of VWAP. So yes, it works as support and it works as resistance as well. So is it a good buy? No, but was it a good attempt to short if that was your thesis? Yes. What's your stop loss? Maybe $1 above since it is a $132 stock. So yes, work to support and resistance. VWAP is gone.
Literally how I became a profitable trader was that exact trade. VWAP fade. If there was any time where I was extremely profitable, it was trading VWAP fades.
What is the difference between a stock and a stonk? Stocks you can sell. Stonks you can never sell. That's the difference. But it is 10:31. And I know Zunaid and Ryan and Mitch have to go and do. Mitch has to prep for SPACs attack. They're talking about SPACs to watch in August today. Zunaid and Ryan have to go, do like their real jobs. Although I don't think they would. I think if they could stay, they would. But,
I would. Yeah, this is fun. Always a
This is
blast.
so much fun. I love trading with the community. I always have. I learn from a community, so I love giving back and trading with the community. I'm down anytime. Put me in, coach.
If I keep you on, I will get yelled at, right?
Yeah, no. We got to adhere to the
we
schedule.
need them.
There will be. It's just like trades. There will be another opportunity.
Right.
Hey,
Exactly.
I like it.
That is true. That is true. There's always another opportunity, guys.
How many likes are we
Find it.
at? How many likes are we at before we go?
I'll tell you.
I need a short squeeze on my likes.
Short.
To
That's
the
what I
moon?
need.
For 314.
Break
Guys,
the resistance.
Come on.
Let's
Can
go.
we get to like 3? Can we get to 333? Because why not? 333.
For Papa Elon.
333.
Papa Elon.
Come on. Smash it.
All right.
Like it. But anyway.
Zunaid, Ryan, see Mitch. See you guys. Mitch, we'll see you in a half hour. Zunaid, Ryan, we'll see you guys. See you next week.
Yeah.
Have a great
for sure.
weekend, folks. We'll take care.
All right. That being said, I am going to hang out with you all, and I'm going to bring on another friend. I have so many friends. I'm so blessed in my life. Let me bring on producer AB. And the reason I asked him to come on, and I will tell him why I asked him on in a second. Producer AB, good morning. What's up?
What's up, Spencer? How we doing?
Good. Do you know why I asked you on today?
No, but now I realize there might be a reason that I'm not aware.
Well, there's two reasons. One, I know we don't have Get Technical today, and so I knew you wouldn't be as busy. But the second thing is, I'm going to share my screen right now. You owe me lunch.
Oh,
You owe me lunch, my friend. Thank you.
Because
very
Kathy
much.
Wood bought Robinhood.
We bet yesterday on the Power Hour, was Kathy Wood, was Ark Invest going to buy Robinhood on day one? I said yes. You and Neil both said no. Unfortunately, Neil did not also bet me a lunch, but you did. So thank you very much, Kathy, buying 1.3 million shares. I will take my payment on Monday, please.
Okay. Well, I'll let you pick a place on Monday. We'll go out to lunch. Maybe we'll order it in. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll put a caveat on there. No delivery. I'm not paying for like delivery fee and all that.
So all right, no DoorDash, no Uber Eats, nothing like that. I won't make you pay. Also, I don't believe in those businesses anyway, so I wouldn't make you do that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, cut out the middleman, go straight to the source, support your local businesses.
I thought so too, Webcoin. That's what I thought was happening. I thought maybe. I don't know what's so funny. I don't know why Spencer's laughing right now. I mean, it's a very plausible scenario.
Sure it is.
Yeah, wait. Shelly's asking a good question. Is Kathy one of your friends? Was this like an inside bet that you knew was gonna?
I mean, I don't call her Aunt Kathy for no reason. No, I've never spoken or corresponded with Kathy Wood in any way, shape, or form.
I actually have, kind of.
Yeah, well, you've at least emailed like her.
Yeah.
Whenever I've emailed them, I get sent to like one of their analysts. So, anyway, That was the first thing, and the second thing is Power Hour today. I know we've got 2 interviews. Are we doing the usual show? Is it going to be you and me again? Do we know what's going on? I can't do Power Hour like I said yesterday.
Yeah, I think maybe what we're gonna do is do kind of an abbreviated, maybe an abridged version of Power Hour. So we'll go from like 12:30 to 1. So just a quick half hour.
Okay.
So maybe we'll run a replay from 12 to 12:30.
Okay. What is the plan at 1 o'clock today, man? Because we got Neil's out, and the Mooner Bus guys are at Lollapalooza, like all of them, I think. So we got no live shows planned from 1 to 3. What are we doing? You had all morning to figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple different replay ideas in my mind, but I also, I wanted to open the floor to the audience, see if we had any ideas, see if we wanted to just do a Zinger Nation hangout. Maybe we find 10 different people that want to hop on with us, and we just bring everyone on the stream and we chit chat about what stocks we're trading, what we're doing this weekend. Yeah, Zinger Nation takeover, if you will. Guerrera in the chats, or Guerrera, asking, can we bring Kathy? We've actually had Kathy on a Raz report back in February.
Guerrera, I will drop the link to that in the chat. How about that? That was a few months ago. I think it was back in March that happened. I will drop the link to Kathy Wood. She did come on our show, and I'll do it. I'll put the link in the chat.
All right, so I'm seeing some people in the chat saying they would like to do a kind of Zinger Nation hangout. So if you'd be interested in not only seeing that, but also participating, being some of the members from Zinger Nation to hop on stream and hang out, and maybe we won't do it for a full hour, but maybe just from like 1 to 1:30. Drop a 1 in the chat if you'd be open to doing that, to hopping on stream with us, just meeting a little bit of the crowd, talking about stocks. So I want to see if we see some 1s in the chat, then we might actually do that.
I just put the link to Kathy Wood's appearance. It was March 3rd. And that link is time stamped to when she comes on the stream, and there it is. Check it out, Kathy Wood on Benzinga. Also, what we could do? We could do it during then, but we could also do that at 3:30, right? Because I was going to run solo for a half hour at 3:30, but if we want to do the hangout at the end, I don't know if y'all are busy end of the trading day, end of the trading week, actually, and the people are busier into the close. But if we want to do that at the close today, we could also do that. Cool. Yes. Oh, a reference from the crypto show. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Paolo B1 Astrology Girl. I am trying to get Astrology Girl on the crypto show. Bree, you probably know who I'm talking about. But there's this woman on Twitter that gets her crypto buy and sell signals from astrology, and I want to get her on the show.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So for y'all, dropping the 1 in the chat that you'd be interested in hopping on for a Benzinga Zinger Nation hangout.
What do we like? Do we open the floor? Do we let everyone join?
Yeah. I think so. I think email.
We can't do that. We can't let it because we have there's a maximum people that we can let into the.
All right. The first 7 people that email shows@benzinga.com get to come hang out with us for 30 minutes on the stream.
What time are we doing this at?
1:30 to 2.
1:30 to 2?
Yeah.
Why not 1 to 2? Why not 1 to 1:30?
All right, 1 to 1:30.
Well, if you're already going to be on, right?
Yeah, from 12:30 to 1.
Yeah. Wait, who are you talking to today on Power Hour?
We have a CEO of a publicly traded company.
You have Lantern Pharma, and then
the founder of Wall Street Bets.
Wait, and is Jason going to be on with you?
No.
Jason's going to let you talk to him? I would have thought Jason would want to be on for that.
To the founder of Wall Street Bets?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
Okay. Well, so let's do this. Let's do that after that one. That's going to end at 1. So at 1 o'clock, from 1 to 1:30. I guess what we'll do at the moment is when AB is done with that, we'll put the link. Oh no, we want to put the link. The first. I don't know how you want to do this. The first people to email us once we open it up at 1 o'clock, we will we'll get them in the stream. I guess at 1 o'clock. That's what we'll do. So
Scarjo, why are you saying that? Why are you saying I look underpaid? Is because it looks like I can't afford a razor?
It's because you can't.
I know.
No, true story. Aaron Bree lives with an NFL player.
True, but I don't see any windfall from that.
True story. Aaron Bree lives with an NFL player.
I'm seeing some clamorings in the chat for some AB YOLO trades. Let me see if I can get on my brokerage account real quick on this computer.
AB, can you confirm what I said earlier about Jason? And he was doing all the YOLO trades, and after like a few weeks of that, he realized that it was like not sustainable. I think his account got like way. He had a bunch of random shit that he didn't want in there, and he had
there were a few times he made some trades like live on the show where we ended up having to trim the positions a few days later than that.
He was like, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it is somebody on the Detroit Lions. I don't know if AB wants to say, but it obviously it's a Detroit Lion if we're in Detroit.
It's nothing. Well, yeah,
it's not Matthew Stafford.
No,
he doesn't live here anymore.
All right, Spencer, I'm going to do it. I'm going to share my screen.
Oh gosh.
Wait, let me make sure I'm not showing any personal information.
I haven't made a trade yet today. I haven't seen anything that's super interesting. I always like to get a second crack at things. Okay, what is this? Robinhood?
Yeah. So this is my portfolio. As we can see, we're down about 4% today. That's going to be on these, let's see, these Baba calls. Not great, Spencer. Look, I'm down $162, 33%.
I thought we talked about this. I thought we talked about not buying calls anymore.
I know.
We talked about not buying options at all.
I know. I have an addiction.
You and I discussed this like a few weeks ago.
Look at this. Look at how many options that I have that are just expiring, like so worthless.
Dude,
Lucid call worth $0.01 right now. This Roblox call is worth $0.01 right now. This Ozone call is worth $0.01 right now. But look, I've got some margin, Spencer. I've got some buying power. I've already used some of my margin, but I've used $858 worth. I've got $1,000 worth left of margin. So I'm ready to make a trade. I mean, it's free money at this point, right? Isn't that what margin is?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
Free margin.
Awesome. All right. I want a call that's going to James. I agree. Yeah, my account will slowly start to disappear. But look, so if I go to all time, I've actually made money trading options. You can just see like I hit a peak back here in April where I was up like 18 grand all trading options. And then since then I've not done very well. So I've lost about 7 grand over the past 4 months trading options. But
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
This isn't your only account, is it?
My only investment account? No. This is like my screw around YOLO account. And James, just to clarify, I don't trade options with money that I'm not okay with losing. Exactly. So like, I'm not gonna, yeah.
Okay.
And yes, James, I did get bit by the euphoria bug. I thought it was the most amazing thing. So back here, if you look here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Back March, like 20th or 19th of last year, like at the lowest points markets were, I was shorting everything. So I was like, I'm on top of the world. I was sitting there watching CNBC every morning, watching everything open red, just laughing because everyone was like freaking out. And I was like, my account's doing great. I kept everything short and then lost everything over the next like month because the market turned around so rapidly and I was short everything. And then I was actually like pretty flat for like a year. And then around February of this year, when the market got hot again, I made a couple good more trades to like make all that money back. And I thought like, oh, I learned my lesson. I'm going to be smart now. But obviously over time, I've lost some of those gains.
All right. James is on the same page as me. As long as this isn't your only account.
Yeah. I'm not going to pull up those accounts.
Good. Don't.
But I have a couple different like long-term accounts. One's a Roth IRA and Merrill Edge, which is, it's just easy for me because I use Bank of America for like my checking and everything. So Merrill Edge is connected to Bank of America.
Right.
So that's like more my long-term just stocks that I buy and hold. And those are all like doing pretty well. They're not like this where I've lost, thousands of dollars in a couple months.
Okay, good. I feel a little better now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want people to like see this money and think like that's how much I'm getting paid. I made this much money from when the market crashed last March off of like $600 from my checking account. Wow. I was just buying way out of the money puts on like Chevron, these oil companies, Darden, all these companies that I figured were going to get hit hard by the coronavirus and they ended up getting hit. So like all those puts were up thousands of %. And I don't think I'll ever make trades like that again in my life, which at the time I thought like, oh, this is easy. I can do this every day. I can make $3,000 every single day. I'll be a millionaire by next year. But no, it doesn't work like that.
Okay, just to follow up on something from earlier, this is off topic, but I did get some clarity finally as to why the Chinese EV stocks are all moving higher here this morning, and it is something that is coming from the Chinese government here. They are. Let's get my view up off the screen. Let's go look at.
Man, I should have had Neo calls. All right, so chat, let me know if you have any ideas of trades I should make. Like, I want to buy an option contract that expires like next Friday or maybe the following Friday. So we're looking at like the first Friday in August or second Friday in August.
So anyway, the Chinese government has made plans to speed up the development of new EVs. So Li, Xpeng, Neo, even like KNDI are all moving today.
Make sure you follow Zunaid on Twitter, Made in India. Great Twitter account. Who's your favorite options guru / teacher? I have a couple. One is Options Mike. I love Robert Roy as well. Honestly, the problem with me with Robert Roy is some of like the stuff he does just goes like straight over my head. So I'm trying to
really, he's really, I think he's really good at explaining it simply.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not him, it's me, Spencer.
Okay, it could just be. Robert Roy, Nick Shaheen, guys, on the options front. Nick Shaheen is the person that I learned basically never to buy options from, only sell options. He does have a service with Benzinga, full disclosure. If you want that, I will put the link in the chat. It's the Benzinga Pro Nick Shaheen options membership, and I'm going to put that in the chat right now in 2 seconds. Here it is. This is Nick's options membership plan. Link.
Rex is saying I should buy Baba calls. I already tried that. That's what these are, and I'm down on that hold-in on that trade. But I mean, I don't know, Spencer. I gotta find something that's like moving today. Let's see.
I'll find you a mover. You want a mover?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Solar is moving higher. For Solar, JKS.
Let's go to Run's my favorite stock in the Solar. All right, so let's see if I wanted to do a. I've never used the
desktop.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Run options. So let's see if I wanted to buy a call, like just out of the money, expiring. All right, August 20th is our soonest expiration. Oh no, wait, it's not even letting me scroll down. It's a problem.
All right, short hood. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if I can't even make the trade.
STBC is dropping a few ideas in here. Let's take a look at Pay. I haven't looked at PaySafe for a hot second. Or last time I looked at Small Direct Lobe, it was in a huge downtrend. Is it still there? Let's take a look on the daily chart. PSFE, yes. SDC, has it rebounded at all? No. Oh man, this SDC can't catch a break.
Yeah, SDC's chart is ugly, but like anything else, Spencer, it will get to a point where it's so cheap that it makes it a good trade. I mean, it could be now. I just wish it would let me actually like do you see this, Spencer? It won't let me scroll down here.
Dude, what is going on with Robinhood right now? I don't know. That's super weird.
Yeah, let's see. I could buy calls that these are expiring today. We don't want those. Next.
Wait, hold on. Stop. Hold on. When is Bobo report? Is it next week? Is it Tuesday? That's Tuesday. So maybe wait. I don't know. Or not. Do whatever you want, man. Do whatever you want at this point.
I mean, if I keep buying calls on Baba, eventually it has to go up, right?
Oh, that's exactly the mindset to have. Yes. That's exactly. If you keep doing it, eventually you will be right.
All right, yeah. So next Friday, if I think Baba is just gonna post blowout numbers, I could buy one of these contracts for about $280. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to execute these trades on this desktop. It won't let me. Oh, here we go.
Sometimes I feel like I just need to like dunk my head in like the SPY or the VU just as like a cleanse, because to like, to balance out the YOLO options plays that happen sometimes on this channel today.
All right, I just did it. $282 for a Baba contract that expires next Friday. Let's go back to the portfolio. So let's see. Where's one I just bought? $200 expires next Friday. 200. See, that's so strange. This one that expires I guess it's $10 more expensive, but they're about the same price. Oh, look at this, Spencer.
Right.
I'm already up 2%.
Sell Mortimer.
Oh, now it's coming back down to earth. All right, we'll check back in on this later today. We'll see how it's doing. Any other ideas for some trades?
Again, I am. Oh, you know what's having a good day today is Sentinel One, which was a recent IPO. You know, cybersecurity play. Was it an IPO or was it
Direct listing?
No, was it I think was it a SPAC? I don't remember anymore. I thought it was an IPO. I'm 99% sure it was an IPO. My charts are showing that I don't know if this must not be right. No, this is showing like sprint data, isn't it? That's the old data. Forget that. Sentinel One is ass and it IPO'd a couple weeks ago. Having a good day, up 6% today. Let's zoom way again. Let's get rid of all that crappy data we don't want. That's not relevant. Again, this is why people buy IPOs. It's held. It's held the open, which you want to see. Cybersecurity, hot sector. I've got exposure to the space. Probably not going away anytime soon. This could be interesting. I don't know if it's optionable. It might not be. What else jumps out to me from our scanner tool? Upside or downside?
James is saying check out TLT, but he's bearish going into August.
TLT.
Oh, this is just a bond ETF.
Yeah, this is the trading instrument for bonds. This is what traders use to. You can invest in it too, but this is a trading vehicle. Just like how SPY is commonly a trading vehicle, TLT is a trading instrument. I do have the TLT open at all times on my screen, on my TOS. It is one of the 12 charts that I have open all day. If you guys ever want to see what that looks like, I'll do it right now. Actually, let's. If you're curious what charts I have open, I'll just walk through this. This will take 2 seconds.
So wait, hold up. Crypto Morning Show is saying credit put spread on run if you're bullish. I'm just curious, why would you do a credit put spread as opposed to just buying calls or buying the common stock? I want to hear why crypto thinks that that's a good trade. Whoa, Spencer, this is a lot of screens.
Okay, so this is my Thinkorswim that I use for work purposes. The bottom 4 charts are the only the bottom 4 charts, and the middle one on the left are the only charts that I change, right? On any given time. The top row always stays the same. The 3 on the left in the middle row always stay the same, right? I got the S&Ps, the Nasdaq, the Russell, the Dow. Middle row, I've got the TLT, Bitcoin, Ethereum. The bottom row is what I use. I've got 2 15 minutes. I got a daily, a weekly, and a monthly. One for each time horizon. And these are the only charts, these are the only windows that I change. These top row never changes. The 3 on the left never change. It gives me a general sense for what's going on in the market. So in case y'all were wondering what I keep open at all times, that's what it is. Sometimes I'll have to go pull up oil or gold just to get a feel or look, because I don't have it on all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think like gold is pretty interesting right now because we haven't really seen it. I mean, I haven't checked it in the last couple of days, but we haven't seen it bounce that high, even with all these talks of inflation. And same with Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm still mad about the Bitcoin thing. I should just close my. I should dollar cost average, and is what I should do. I should just close my eyes and say, hey, once a month, whatever, once a time period, you're going to buy more. That's what I should do. I haven't done that yet, though. So many screens. Well, I have 4 screens open, like on my desktop here. I've got 4 screens. I got one devoted to just Benzinga Pro. I got one devoted just for Thinkorswim. I've got one for Twitter, Slack, and various Benzinga chat rooms. And I've got one for like browser searching, right, for our streaming service that we use, for YouTube, for my email. So I've got 4 screens, and I make full use of all of them.
Beautiful. All right, I'm checking back in on my Baba calls. See how Baba's it's coming in. It's coming in. If Baba finishes green on the day, Spencer, I'm going to sell those calls.
Do I get 2 lunches if that happens?
If I make money on these, wait, I gotta find. It's not even showing my. Here, wait, I gotta go back to my portfolio. So let's see if I go to here are the ones that I just bought. 288. I'm up 2.8%, 3%, Spencer. 3%.
There we go.
If I do that now it's coming back down. All right, we'll check back on that.
Congrats, man.
James is saying check out BTB Bit Digital.
BTBT.
Oh wow.
No thanks. I don't need to look at that chart. I know what it looks like.
I mean, look at this. Look at this sustained downtrend until, like we said, of any security will hit a point where it's cheap enough that it's a good buy.
For whatever reason, this one like led of the Bitcoin stocks higher this week. I'm not really sure what that was about.
73% this past week.
Yeah, I don't know. It's another Bitcoin miner. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, but it's up a lot more than its peers as far as Riot Blockchain.
No, I don't understand why. Maybe James knows or whoever said it. I don't know.
Yeah, he said he's swing trading it right now. All right, well, we're just a couple minutes away from the SPAC attack. So if you guys have any other stocks you want us to check out real quick, any trades that you think I should YOLO before we get off, let me know. We are here for y'all. And then let's do Spencer. I think we got to solidify this Zinger Nation hangout if that's what we're going to do at 1:30.
Okay, so let's do it. So here's what we'll do. Just stay. So you're going to go live at 12:30. That's right. Is that right? Or like 12:25
for power hour? Yeah, like 12:25. All right, I've got 4 emails so far.
Okay.
For the Benzinga hangout. So we need about 3 or 4 more people. I'm going to throw the email in the chat. It shows at benzinga.com. Again, if you're just
put up on the screen.
If you're just joining us, we're opening the floor to at about 1 o'clock today. If anyone from Zinger Nation wants to come on the stream with us, hang out, talk some stocks, we'd love to have you. I think it'd be really fun. So let me know if you're interested. Just shoot us an email and we'll get y'all on.
And we'll do that, for about a half hour, and then that'll be that.
What does YOLO mean? YOLO means you only live once.
YOLO, to put it in the words of a Jeopardy clue, YOLO is carpe diem for stupid people. That was a clue on Jeopardy once.
But in the trading world, it means essentially just making a wild bet.
Yes.
I'm going to YOLO some calls that I know probably won't hit, but if they do, I'll make a lot of money.
Yeah. Unwise.
Unwise, for sure.
Generally also known as gambling.
Although the line between gambling and investing is very thin, Spencer, especially options trading.
It can be thin depending on your behavior. It can be thin. It's true. If you're down big in a position, if you're someone that was holding here, let me go to a long-term chart here on let me zoom in here on this I'm showing the wrong screen. 1 second, and then we'll hop off for SPACs. If you're someone that was holding on to Amazon, all this time from 2000 to 2000 down to 2002, you lost almost all your money, right? There's certainly a case for not selling being the equivalent in a way of just gambling. I mean, this takes stones not to sell. You lost almost all your money here, but hey, if you held on long enough, look what happened. You're up to $3,300 today. So, of course, you're down 7%, but today it is what it is. All right, that'll be a wrap. SPACs Attack is doing a August SPACs show right now. Everyone, please remember all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Thanks to all my friends, Aaron Bree, Money Mitch, Zunaid, Ryan Faloona. Thanks to all of you for hanging out. Smash that like button, please. What are we at now? We're at 3. Get to 350. Get me to 350. Let's do it. Spax Attack going live. Again, we are having a problem with the redirect on YouTube. So the link to Spax Attack is in the description. Okay, it is in the description of this video, and it's also in the chat. It's in the chat right now. Okay, there is a link to Spax Attack. You can always go to youtube.com/Benzinga to see what's live. But for whatever reason, YouTube is not letting us redirect from show to show. So there are your links to Spax Attack, and Chris just put it in again. So that being said, everyone, have a good rest of your day. I might see you for the Zinger Nation hangout at 1 o'clock. I hope I can make it. Stay green, stay filled. Good luck. AB, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yep, you're welcome in advance for lunch on Monday.
Thank you.